Susanoo, a power every Uchiha dreams of having. But to awaken it, the cost is enormous. We're talking about real sacrifice. So, is this power, born from the Sharingan, really that incredible? Well, we got our answer during the Great Ninja War, when Madara Susanoo single-handedly demolished the 5 Kage like they were nothing. But here's the twist. Madara Susanoo wasn't even the strongest one out there. In fact, it doesn't even come close to the most powerful version ever seen. Before we dive into that, let's understand a bit about what Susanoo really is. There are mainly 2 ways to activate a Susanoo. 1. By awakening the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, like Sasuke and Madara. 2nd. Or, simply by being insanely talented. Think Shisui and Itachi. There are 6 stages of Susanoo. It starts as a basic skeletal structure, and by the 6th stage, it becomes the complete, true Susanoo. Fully armored, massive, and capable of flight. What's more, each Susanoo is unique. Just like Mangekyo Sharingan, each has its own abilities. And if you've noticed, the colors of their Susanoo also differ. Itachi's was orange, Shisui's was green, and Kakashi's was blue. These colors reflect the nature of the user's heart. The darker the Susanoo, the darker the user's soul. Let's start the ranking with the weakest one. At number 7, we have Shisui Uchiha's Susanoo. Now here's a fun debate. Was Shisui Itachi's best friend or his mentor? Let me know in the comments. We haven't seen much of Shisui's Susanoo in action. The first time we even caught a glimpse was when Danzo's men were chasing him for his eye. And get this, Shisui is the only one who activated Susanoo with just one eye. How? Well, according to a theory, he had already unlocked his Susanoo while he still had both eyes. So even after losing one, he retained the ability to summon it. His Susanoo was pretty unique. It had a drill-like weapon in one hand and could breathe fire from its chest. The green color represented his calm and pure heart. Truly one of the good guys. At number 6, we've got the fan favorite, Itachi Uchiha. He awakened his Mangekyo Sharingan partly due to implanting Shisui's eye. Later, his younger brother Sasuke awakened his own. And we all know what happened next. Even though Itachi's Susanoo was incomplete, it still had god-level power, thanks to 2 legendary weapons. The Yata Mirror, which could deflect any attack, physical or mental. And the Totsuka Blade, a sword that seals anything it pierces into an eternal genjutsu world called the World of Drunken Dreams. A place no one can escape from. There's still a mystery about how he obtained these tools, but one theory suggests he acquired them after joining the Akatsuki. With these weapons, Itachi was practically invincible, at least according to Black Zetsu. And as for the color? While in the anime it's shown as red-orange, the manga describes it as yellow, symbolizing his internal pain, sacrifice, and the heavy burden he carried. Coming in at number 5 is the ghost of the Uchiha, Madara Uchiha. He was the first ever to awaken the Mangekyo Sharingan. But as Itachi fans know, using it too much leads to blindness. So, Madara came up with a creative solution. He implanted his brother's eyes into himself, granting him the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. This gave him access to the perfect Susanoo, which had the darkest color of all, representing his overwhelming hatred. Even his incomplete Susanoo was strong enough to wipe the floor with all 5 Kage. And after they somehow managed to break it, using every ounce of strength they had, Madara casually flexed harder than anyone in Naruto history. He told them to fight his 5 shadow clones. But that's not all. Each clone had a Susanoo. Let that sink in. That moment didn't just highlight Madara's strength. It showed how massive his chakra reserves were. His Susanoo was also visually terrifying. It had 3 to 4 faces, still up for debate, and 4 arms, each holding a blade. Madara used it the same way Naruto uses shadow clones, effortlessly and effectively. Coming in at number 4 is Indra Susanoo. Now, we don't have a lot of detailed information about him, but here's what makes him so fascinating. He was able to activate his Susanoo without even having an eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. And the reason? Probably his bloodline. After all, his father was none other than Haguro, the sage of 6 paths himself. Indra is often referred to as the father of all Uchiha, so it's obvious his Susanoo had to be insanely powerful. According to the Naruto databooks, Indra's Susanoo looked absolutely terrifying and was massive in size. It was a deep purple, symbolizing the hatred and darkness inside him. At number 3, we've got Sasuke Uchiha. He awakened his Mangekyo Sharingan after defeating his brother Itachi, and later he implanted Itachi's eyes into himself, unlocking the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. What makes Sasuke unique is that he's the only character in the entire Naruto universe who has used every single form of Susanoo, from the skeletal stage to the complete true Susanoo. His Susanoo is the only one that wields a bow and arrow, and it's not just any arrow. He can infuse it with Amaterasu or even lightning. And here's something even crazier. Sasuke can wrap his Susanoo around Kurama, Ninetales, giving the beast a massive sword. The kind of destructive power this combo has? You can't even begin to imagine. At number 2 is Kakashi Hatake, the only non-Uchiha to use the Susanoo. His Sharingan was a gift from Obito, and that's how he earned the title Copy Ninja, because it lets him mimic any technique he sees in slow motion. Now, you might wonder, how did Kakashi get a Mangekyo Sharingan when he only had one eye? Well, the theory goes that when he accidentally impaled Rin, Obito witnessed the whole thing, and that emotional trauma triggered the awakening of the Mangekyo. Later, during the Fourth Great Ninja War, Obito even gave Kakashi his second eye. But how did he manage to unlock the perfect Susanoo after that? There's a theory that Obito, as the Ten-Tails Jinchuriki, had access to massive chakra reserves, and some of that might have transferred to Kakashi, allowing him to go full Susanoo mode. Kakashi's Susanoo wields a sword in one hand and a Kamui Shuriken in the other. The Shuriken can teleport enemies to the Kamui dimension, a place it's basically impossible to escape. And don't even think about dodging it. Its range is so wide, it could even cut through Gojo's infinity. Plus, Kakashi can use it an infinite number of times. And remember how we said Susanoo colors reflect their user's nature? Kakashi's light blue Susanoo represents his trustworthy and reliable nature. Finally, at number 1, we have Haguro Otsutsuki, the Sage of Six Paths himself. He activated his Mangekyo Sharingan after defeating his younger brother. His Susanoo, also light blue, was on a whole other level. It was powerful enough to fight the Ten-Tails. According to the Naruto databook, Haguromo's Susanoo is the tallest in the entire series, almost as big as the Ten-Tails itself. And just to show you how powerful it is, he once deflected a tailed beast bomb from the Ten-Tails with just a sword swing. That's next level stuff. There's still a lot we don't know about his Susanoo, but what's already revealed is enough to crown him as the strongest. So guys, that's where we wrap up today's video. But here's a fun thought. If Itachi had unlocked the full version of his Susanoo, don't you think he could have taken on 100 Ten-Tails at once? If you agree, you're definitely an Itachi fan. Catch you in the next video. Until then, sayonara.